Yeah, good morning. Yesterday we discussed about some of the international tourism organizations. I think which plays a very important role in perspective of tourism activities around the globe, and they helps us in development of different destination. How can we increase the revenue of the destinations, and what will be the policies for that? And all this activity will be controlled by the different tourism organization around the globe. So we have discussed few of them yesterday, that World Tourism Organization, IATA, PATA. So today we'll be discussing about some more regional organizations of the different countries. So International Tourism Organization is a company of experts which provides device in the fields of tourism strategy and master planning, development, and investment strategy. So basically, these are the organization, as we discussed, that these helps us in do the master planning of the destinations, developments, and investment strategies. How can we take the loans, and how can we, make the development in that sector? Marketing programs which helps the countries and destination to attract more tourists, which helps to motivate the tourists to get that to go to that particular destination for the tourism and leisure industries worldwide, and consultation on the latest technology supporting distributions. So they help us worldwide, and what will be the technologies available at the current scenario that will help them. So ITO provides cutting edge advisory services to governments, tourism authorities, and the tourism industry to maximize the short term economic benefits of businesses. So this international tourism organizations services to government, they give the services to the government authorities, tourism authorities, and they helps us to maximize the revenue from the particular destination without compromising on long term environmental goals, cultural or social integrity. So they helps us to grow, but they have to take care of these things that shouldn't be a disturbance to environmental, culture, or social integrity. We assist destination to find valuable practical solution to a sustainable tourism challenges and to position them to international and long-term successes. We assist destinations. We help the destination to find valuable practical solutions to sustainable tourism challenges and position them to international and long-term successes. So they helps us to to grow politically, and there should be a sustainable tourism that shouldn't be a disturbance to the environment. Whosoever comes in this destination, there should be a responsible tourism. Diagram explaining IATA, International Tourism Organizations. So I just little increase it because not able to see it properly. So first is uh, your travel to the destination. We'll start from here, and then you travel to the destination. The destination experience, what will be the your experience, what activity you have done over there, how many days you have stayed over there, and what kind of services you have taken, what kind of culture activity you have taken, what kind of other activity which you have seen around that areas, what kind of shopping you have done. So that is a kind of experience which you take along while going back. So going home now, after this where you had experience, you're going back, recollection of the experience. And once you being to at your home, so there'll be a recollection. You recollect, what kind of activities we have done over there, how was our experience, the service quality was very good or it is was bad, the shopping which we have done at that place was very good and very economical. And the other natural attraction which we have seen, we have never seen in our lifespan of time. And these are the activities. And then we have a simulation planning and anticipation. So now will be the what will be our plannings for the future travel, ease of booking. So these all are the explaining the functioning of international tourism organizations. The British Tourism Office, that is Visit Britain, they have started their slogan so that people should visit to Britain. More on British Tourism Office. Visit Britain is the name used by the British Authority. The Tourist Board of Great Britain incorporated under the Development of Tourism Act 1969. So Britain has made the one tourist authority, and they made the board to and with the incorporation of the Development of Tourism Act 1969 under memorandum of understanding with the Northern Ireland Tourist Board and the offshore islands. So they have a memorandum of understanding with the this Northern Tourist Board and the offshore islands of Guernsey, Jersey, and the Isle of Man. Visit Britain also hosts information on other those territories of on its website. So they have these information of these places also. Visit Britain was created in April 2003. So Visit Britain actually they have started the activities so that the tourists will come to this destination, and it started in 2003 to market Britain to the rest of the world and to promote and to promote and develop the visitor economy of England. So actually, this like incredible India has started this mission so that they can promote India as a tourist destination around the globe, and the people should attract to this destination, and you know the tourist inflow to India will get increased. Similarly, Britain has also started one mission in which they want all the tourists, and they are doing the marketing all around the globe so that all the tourists should visit to these destinations. It was informed out a merger between British Tourist Authority and the English Tourism Council. So there was a merger between them. They are all combined together and is a non-departmental public body. This is a non-department. This is not a public body responsible to the Department for Culture, Media, and Sport. So now we have a DTCM, Tourism Department of Dubai. I think Dubai has transformed the tourism. Uh, I think nobody has done in a short span of time, which they have done. And I think until 2000, before 2010, I think they don't have any activity. But now they have made the infrastructure, which is I think nobody has in the world, and they are promoting tourism like anything. They are doing a lot of activities like shoppings. They are doing desert games. A lot of activities they are doing to attract the customers to Dubai. What does Dubai tourism offer? So DTCM organizational structure truly reflects its role as the principal authority for planning and supervising the development of the tourism sector in the Emirate. So DTCM, as we have ITDC, or we have a Tourism Development Corporation in India. DTCM also is actually is a role to basically is a main authority who can plan and supervising all the activities of tourism in United Arab Emirates. Its teams are therefore organized to allow its customer, travel trade, investors, visitors, business and leisure, and other government agency to interact with it efficiently to transact information and businesses. So these are the authorities who interact with the people's customers, travel trade people's visitors, so that they come to these countries and they invest there also, and they can come for the business purposes as well. As per the way Department of Tourism, the way is a unique destination that is both dynamic business center and tourist paradise. So the way has a is one of the very unique destination in the world, which is very dynamic for the business purposes as well as for the tourist activities also, offering more attraction, shopping, fine dining, and quality hotels. So this is what they are offering from the timeless tranquility desert to the lively uh, soak. The way offer the different activities to the visitors. The way is so impressive. Singapore Tourism Board. Now after this, activities of Singapore Tourism Board. The Singapore Tourism Board is a statutory body under the Ministry of Trade and Industry of Singapore, tasked to promote the country's tourism industry. So this is the board, which is a statutory body of Ministry of Tourism, and it comes under the Ministry of Trade and Industry of Singapore to promote the country's tourism industry. So they have made this statutory body under the Ministry of Trade and Industry Singapore to promote the tourism industry of the country. So STPV actively promoted the development of infrastructure, including the building of hotels, tourist attractions such as Yurong World Park and Sentosa, which is now popular resort island for both tourists and local visitors. So, as the other tourism bodies are doing, their job is also to promote the tourism activities and helps the development of infrastructure, and that includes different hotels and tourist attractions, which are the main attraction was the Yurong World Park and Sitosha, which is now popular resort island where the locals visitors and both from the international is also coming to visit this destination. The board also markets the city as a convention venue and organizes events to attract visitors. So, see now, as we discussed in our previous classes, also the mice is the most flourishing business in tourism sector nowadays. So, mice we discuss as meetings, incentives, conventions, and exhibitions. All the activities in terms of the meeting and conferences, because now there is a globalization, and a lot of corporate companies they used to do a lot of trainings, product launching, and their monthly or yearly meetings in which they need a big conference halls in which they can able to organize this kind of activities. So even Singapore also has understand, and they are promoting this kind of events in their country. In the 1980s, several historic and culturally significant areas such as Chinatown, Little India, and Kampong Glam were marked for preservations. So these are the 90s. These are the places they have put for preservations. These places express Singapore's cultural diversity and became popular tourist destinations. And these destinations shows that how much Singapore is diverse. They have diversification in their cultures, because there's a lot of cultures from different countries like India, China. So they have this country has an influence of these countries, and these are the destinations become most popular attraction for the tourists. Now, United States Travel and Tourism Advisory Board. Function of UDS Tourism Board. The United States Travel and Tourism Advisory Board serves as the advisory body to the Secretary of Commerce on matters relating to the tourism, travel and tourism in the United States. So basically, the United States Travel and Tourism Advisory Board, which give the advisory to the Secretary of Commerce in perspective of tourism. The board advises the secretary on the government policies and programs that affects the US travel and tourism industry. So this board actually helps. They tell them the how to do in terms of to attract more destination, in terms of infrastructure development, tourist inflow, outflow, and how can we can how can we develop that destination. These all advices are given by the UDS, our United States Travel and Tourism Board Advisory Board, offers and counsel on current and emerging issues, and provides a forum for discussing and proposing solution to industry related problems. So these are the responsibility of this tourism board, and they help and they assist the government in solving these issues. Now, next is South African National Department of Tourism. So, responsibility of South African Tourism Department. The South African National Department of Tourism is responsible for the development of tourism sector and promotion of South Africa as a tourist destination locally and internationally. Like other tourism bodies are doing, their job is also for the development of tourism activities and to promote the destination locally and internationally. South African tourism is the marketing agency responsible for the taking destination to the market, Whilst the department is focused on the development of enabling environmental through the development of proper policies and regulations to ensure that tourism as a sector delivers on government priorities of job creation, poverty, elevation, and increased contribution to country's GDP. So yeah, so as a whole, they have told, like, they market the destination, and they keep in mind that they shouldn't disturb the environment of the country, and they keep in mind to increase the employment generation through the tourism activities, and to take care of the poverty, and how this tourism industry, by doing promotional activities around the globe, can contribute to the GDP of South Africa. So this is more important because South Africa maximum GDP is depend upon the tourism activities in that country. Tourism Malaysia now. Activities of Tourism Malaysia. Tourism Malaysia is an agency under the Ministry of Tourism Malaysia. So Tourism Malaysia has grown by leaps and bounds. That's focused on promoting Malaysia at the domestic and international levels. So as other tourism development boards, same they bounds to focus promoting Malaysia as a tourist destination around the globe. It aims to market Malaysia as a premier destination of excellence in the region. So its main reason is that to promote Malaysia as the prime destination for the tourists. Its vision is to make the tourism industry as a prime contributor to the social economic development of the nation. So now its the main vision is to like tourism industry should be a prime contributor for the economic social economic development of that country, or their GDP, total GDP depends upon the tourism inflow in that country. With the growth of world's tourism and Malaysian potential as a tourism destination has contributed to the change and focus in the tourism sector. It has helped substantive foreign exchange earnings and employment, has 34 overseas labor marketing representative office around the globe. Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. Sorry. So work handled by a Ministry of Tourism in India, all policy matters, development policies, incentives, external assistance, manpower development, promotion and marketing, investment facilitation. So, Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, all these policies which they do under the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, what they do actually is basically they are making policy. They are making 5 year policies, 5 year plans in that, and they make yearly plans. So, what kind of policies and plans they do? They take incentives, they do external assistance to the tourism activities, manpower development, promotion and marketing, and investment facilitations. So planning, infrastructure, and HRD, that is human resource development. So what the coordination with other ministries, departments, state and UT governments. So what they do is they do the coordination with all the ministries of different states of the country and the UTs of the countries, to help them to do a standards and guidelines for the tourism activities or the promotion of destinations of those regions or those states. Infrastructure and product development guidelines. So what will be the infrastructure and product development guidelines? See, as per the Ministry of Tourism and Government of India, what will be the policies for the five-star hotels, what is the policies for the guest houses, what is the policies for the homestay purposes. So how, and if you have some destination, you and the state has some destination, and recently they have explored that destination, and if that destination attracting a lot of tourists to that region, so sorry. So the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, tell them to they give them the assistant for the infrastructure development of that destination. And now human source development. institutions setting standards and guidelines. So human source development, they have set up a lot of institutions like IHM, Institute of Hotel Management, across the country. Then we have a food craft institutes, and they have the standards and guidelines, what we need to need for the employee, which we take for the different levels or designations, what are their standards and what are the guidelines for that. And their main purpose is research, analysis, external cooperation, and external assistance. So the Ministry of Tourism and Government of India do a lot of R&D on a tourism destination. How can we make the products? How can we can sell the products? And what will be the attraction at that destination? How can they culturally and socially connect those destination, so that they will able be able to connect or attract more tourists to those destinations. So under this, we have international bodies, bilateral agreements with the different countries and states, external assistance to the different states, foreign technical collaborations, in which the foreign companies, in which they have a collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. They call to this destination and they take their advice on this destination technically. Legislation and parliamentary work, vigilance matters, implementation of official language policy, budget coordination and related matters, plan coordination and monitoring. So under legislation and parliamentary work also come under this, because whatever the queries of different states have, so that will be discussed in the parliament. Infrastructure development, release of incentives, tourist facilitation and information. So what will be the help and advice the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India giving to the different states and for the development of different destinations in the country? That is tourist facilitation and information, what kind of information they need, and they facilitate them to what kind of guidelines they have to start with the hotel or to start with the new destination. And they do a field publicity, promotion and marketing, which is a different separate wing of the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, which ensure that whatever the destination we have, how it can be promoted nationally and internationally, and what kind of material they use to promote those destinations. And they make sure that this destination be promoted well, so that they can it can attract, the destination can attract more tourists to of their destination. Hospitality programs, so there will be a lot of hospitality programs, which they educate the different states and different entrepreneurs, how can they start the hotels, restaurants, and other tourism related activities. Convention and conferences, so Indian Association of Tour Operator, IATA. So, IATO interacts closely with the government on all critical issues affecting the tourism industry in India, with the highest priority to tourism facilitation. So, again, the IATO is actually it helps in the critical issues of tourism industry, and they keep that how they facilitate the tourism activities. It interacts closely with all government ministries, departments, chambers of commerce, and industry, diplomatic missions, extra. So they interact with all these government departments and all the private travel agencies as well. It acts as the common medium between the decision makers and the industries. So they are the medium, or they are the facilitator who advise the industries on the different tourism issues, on to both sides in their common agenda of tourism facilitation. All IATO members observe the highest standards of professional ethics and offer personalized service to their clients. So these members have a very professionalism they have with them, and they give the highest service to their clients. So Indian Tourism Development Corporation is one of the largest hospitality companies in India. Again, now we have come to ITDC, so Indian Tourism Development Corporation, and the company has various divisions to cater different needs of tourists. So basically, the government of India has started this hospitality company in India, and which is, I think, one of the biggest in India. Now we have the private players are playing good role now. A lot of ITDC hotels are already sold out and about to sell, because the we in the government bodies there will be a lesser professionalism, or we can say they are not taken care of well. The divisions are Ashoka Travels, Tours, Ashoka Group of Hotels, Ashoka International Trade Division, Ashoka Creativity, Ashoka Institute of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and Ashoka Consultancy. So under this, there is a lot of horizontal association or sister concerns they have, under which they have the different group of companies. Ashok Travels, Ashoka Group of Hotels, which we have, I think, we have 18 Ashoka Group of Hotels in India. So one is Ashoka International Trade and Division. Creativity they have Hospitality Institute also have. They give the consultancy to new hotels or restaurants, how they have to start the hotels. Ashoka Travel and Tour, one of the largest tour operators in India. Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation. Maharashtra as a tourist destination, Maharashtra is the most visited state by the foreign tourists in India and fourth major state by domestic tourists in country in 2010. So this is the data of 2010, which was one of the most visited state in 2010. But after that, Rajasthan become was the first state which was visited most visited by the foreign tourists. Recently, Aurangabad was declared as a tourism capital of Maharashtra. Uh, Maharashtra offers adventure lovers over 45 adventures to choose from across its length and breadth. So they have the lot of adventure destination, which they have a 45 adventure destination in the length and breadth of the state. It has over 550 forts to visit, including over 20 sea forts. So very important to know here that how this historically the Maharashtra is important in perspective of tourism. They have 550 forts to visit, including a 20 sea forts, 720 kilometer of coastline they have, the incredible vistas of its western ghats, and has a superb wildlife and camping possibilities. So this kind of facilities the country has, and they have this kind of product or destination to promote. So of course they can attract more tourists to this destination or state. Maharashtra has a tremendous potential for nature tourism, so they have a lot of natural tourism. Many private and public organizations have begun unique and innovative tourism, nature tourism. Some of them is uh, uh, economical, wild escapes, and occurred groups extra. So there's a lot of companies who are doing who are making products on the natural tourism, and they are attracting more tourists, and they are about to make more innovative products, which is different from the other products of tourism industry, so that they are able to attract more tourists to those destinations. View of beautiful Kashmir. I think after 90s the Kashmir was disturbed like anything. Otherwise, it is always called the heaven on earth, and the one of the most beautiful destination in the world, and which attracts and which have a lot of natural tourism activity. They can attract, and they're doing that also. And we have the Buller Lake over there. We have a lot of gardens which we have there, and they have made the flower garden which is called Tulip Garden. So we have a snowfall activities over there. So actually overall the Kashmir was a beautiful destination, but due to this some militancy problems, so actually the international tourists, the advisory of US and other European countries, they have given the advisory to their citizens that don't go to this destination because it is dangerous. Let's It's activities of Kerala Tourism Development Corporation, that is KTDC. uh, Objectives of Kerala Tourism Development Corporation: to promote Kerala as a leading tourist destination, to identify key tourist destinations within Kerala and promote it outside. So to identify and to promote the destination, to provide auxiliary support in developing key tourist destination, to help them to developing the tourist destination which can attract more tourists, to provide highest quality of hospitality service to tourists. So because it's more important, because a destination, if they can provide the good hospitality to the tourists, so it will be a word of mouth marketing, and which will be one of the best marketing. Without paying, you can get that. To act as a one source destination for various information regarding tourist destination and other related information. So it has act as a information for all the other destination in the state. So where you can get the information from the different destination in Kerala, to ensure higher return of to government through financial and social valuable products, and thereby provide employment. So they ensure that whatever the investments done by the government of India, Ministry of Tourism, so it will be higher returns and can create a lot of generation of employment through this tourism destinations. So that's all for today.